Have Fallen here, back once again for another live stream. At long last, I'm back. I'm feeling good enough to do a stream. So, I know what you're thinking. Prince, why in the hell are you playing this fucking game again? The answer is, there is a secret ending to this game, and I want to get it, but I have to get all of the game's achievements in order to see the secret ending. So it just, I couldn't get this off of my mind. I'm like, I need to get this. This is just something I need to do so that I can say that I've 100%ed this game. We're not really that far out, and it's actually not going to take as long as I thought it was, because I've been told that getting the true ending does not lock you out of any of the other achievements, any of the other endings, like the bad endings and stuff like that. So I'm going to see if that's true. And even if it's not, all hope is not lost, because there's another guide to where I can follow to quickly get all of the game's achievements. And I can just simply go on PS4, and hey, at least I'll get some trophies along the way if it comes down to that. So either way, I'm going to get this secret ending. I'm going to see what this game's hiding, and see, hopefully it's worth the time that it takes to do this. But it's like I said, I don't think it's going to take that long, actually. But let's go ahead and load up our 100% save. Okay, so this is going to break my heart, but I have to get the evil ending. And in order to get that, I need to be an asshole to everybody. So I guess we'll start with that, right? And there's also a couple other achievements that I can mop up along the way. Now, one of the things that stuck out to me is the "You Are a Winner" achievement. So I need to beat Sebastian at his own game. It says meet with Sebastian, only available in Chapter 1 if you've seen at least one ending already. So I don't know what that's about, but is it talking about like the first scene right here where the first time we meet with Sebastian? What's going on, Dark? Let's see if this is if we get some kind of card game or something with him. Beat Sebastian at his own game. It says just say before the card game starts and you'll figure out his pattern. What happens if you don't shake his hand? Nothing. Well, it's not right there. How am I feeling? Better than I was. Good enough to stream again. What card game is it talking about? Anything here? No, it doesn't look like it. Dude, why in the world is the new Forza Motorsport online only? I don't know, man. The whole industry's going in that direction. Alright, so I don't know what card game it's talking about. I'm gonna have to look into that later. So I guess I'll just go for the evil ending. So basically, I just have to be a dick. It's gonna break my heart having to be so mean to everybody. We're gonna lie and say we did. So I'm not sure exactly what the requirements are, but I don't think I have to like be like perfect to get this, you know what I mean? So like I said, if this is not as easy as it should be, or I feel like this is just gonna take too long or whatever, I can always just follow a trophy run, like a trophy guide, and just start fresh on PlayStation, and I'll be able to wipe out all of the trophies in like between 30 minutes to an hour. So we'll see how it goes. Let's go with the coffee. Let me grab my tinfoil hat really quick. What a creep. Now shoo, Scaly face. God, I feel so bad because Dean is so nice too. He says, I hope you don't mind. Actually, I do mind. I don't believe in tipping. Oh, no. Dark Lizard says, I'm just going to stick to playing Forza Horizon 5. Yeah, I mean, I'll put it this way, man. If you're still subbed to Game Pass, I mean, if you want to basically play the game, you're basically just renting it, you know? But I definitely wouldn't pay full price for it. At least when I got Gran Turismo 7, because that's online only, right? And I didn't know it was at the time. But at least I got that for quote-unquote free. You know. Because, yeah, you're basically just renting your games anymore, man. It's dumb. I don't like it. I don't like this modern era. I think after this console generation's over, I think I'm just going to go with... I think I'm just going to stick with PC gaming. There's no point in owning a console anymore. Everything gets ported to a PC anyway. Skip all this. Wait. Can't really skip too much though, right? Yeah, unfortunately you can't really skip too much because I might have there might be a dialogue option here. Can't remember. Pretty sure there is. Yep, no, actually there's not. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so read between the lines. Look else for hints. That's what we got to do. And then we got to go to the kitchen, pantry, and then the lemon. Okay, here we go. Spit it out already. I think I'm alright. I'm not sure. We're going to be as unhelpful as possible. Okay. Alright, yeah, I forgot. So basically my skipping thing, it doesn't skip the choices. So that's good. Where I come from, this kind of thing. Classified as an act of war. I don't think this matters too much. We're just going to say I hope so. And I have to do poorly in the investigations as well. So, we're going to be very unhelpful here. So what happened to GameStar? I remember talking to him in a party one time. Well, I told you what happened on my Discord server. There's not much else to say about it. Okay. So this part actually, there's actually an achievement called Nuisance. You have to decline his request to help him like a shitload of times. So what's going to actually save time doing this is if we briefly set this to skip all messages. This interface is so confusing. Here we go. Okay. No, I'm not going to help you. I suppose I'll just keep asking. This is so stupid. I can't believe you get an achievement for this. Just clicking the same thing over and over. I think you have to decline them like 20 times. It's ridiculous. You refuse to help Bryce for the 20th time. You need more hobbies. There we go. Well, that's one achievement down. Nuisance. Just to help Bryce 20 times. Alright. Cleared that one. I'll go ahead and set it back to default. Okay. Alright, so we also need to do poorly in the investigations. So we just need to be a complete moron here. It was suicide. No way, he says. It was suicide. Makes them look cooler. No, just no. Well, it was clearly a suicide. Alright, I get it. You think it was a suicide, but I think we should explore other options. He's getting annoyed now. Dark Blizzard says, oh my god, Angels with Scaly Wings is $6 right now on the PlayStation. Yeah, man, this game's cheap. Yeah, it's been on sale for a while now. It's on sale on Steam too. You can get the digital deluxe edition for $7, which I recommend that version personally. Get a lot of extra bonuses with it. You also get the entire game's soundtrack too, which is pretty sweet. You get a lot of concept art. Get a lot of like unique artwork. It tells you about the making of the game. So, yeah, personally, I recommend the digital deluxe edition of it on Steam. Also, I thought about the title of this game, and I think it's possible that Angels of Scaly Wings is not necessarily referring to just the dragons. Because you notice the only word in the title that's not capitalized is the W, so with. So I'm thinking, right, what if angels, because remember the dragons in this game, they consider humans to be divine creatures. So what if it's actually saying that angels, as in the humans, being with their created, the creators being with their created. Humans with dragons. The dragons being Scaly Wings. Because they're always talking about like choose Scaly Face. They don't often refer to them as dragons. I wonder if that's what the title actually means. Just a theory. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I've turned into overthink gaming. Who knows? Maybe I'm overthinking gaming. So we need to just say just all the wrong answers. I wonder what Bryce is gonna say about how poorly we did in the investigation. We got like every single question wrong. I've always wanted to say he had AIDS. Had what? They don't even know what that is. Well, he knows what that is. This isn't blood. Yeah, it's ketchup. He went up and sniffed it. No, it's blood. Committed suicide. He says, just stop it already. Oh, I'm sorry, Bryce. Sacrifices must be made to your sanity. Well, he's clearly a vampire. Says, don't be silly. He had gum disease. Possible, but unlikely. He had a bloody steak. He bit his tongue during the fight. Okay, well, how did I do, Bryce? It's not your strong suit. Oh, you don't say. You can just tell her to go away. Oh my god, man. Okay. Alright, now we can... Oh, yeah! Meet with Sebastian. Oh my fucking god. How did I never notice this? Yo, I legit never noticed this option. Oh my god. Okay. Well, this is gonna be different. Yeah, I know I never did this. Meet with Sebastian. Hey, Sebastian. This is Prince. Huh, he just hung up. You're still here? I'm still on the clock, you know. Huh, well, I'm glad you take my security so seriously. Just doing my job, sir. Don't call me sir. Sorry, my bad. I haven't actually seen a human in flesh and blood before today, so it's kind of hard to tell. Say don't worry about it. Anyway, did you need anything? It's pretty boring when I have to spend the day all on my own. I don't really know anyone here yet, so I don't know where I could go or what I could do for fun. Well, if it were earlier, I could have shown you around town and given you the tour, but it's getting dark outside, and I think most places are closed by now. Let me think. You like being outdoors? Not really. I see. Maybe I could change your mind about that. What do you mean? What do you think about camping? You want to go camping right now? Well, it might not be my best idea, but I'm not sure there's much else we could do at the time. Would it even be okay for us to just go outside? I'm supposed to be guarding you, you know. Technically, I'm still on the clock, but camping would be much more fun than you just staying inside and me guarding your door, don't you think? Besides, I'm supposed to accompany you wherever you go. You're not our prisoner, so of course you're free to go wherever you want to. If you wanted to spend a night outside and experience the countryside, not only could I not stop you, but I'd be obligated to come with you. So, what do you say? Alright. Sure, let me just grab a few things. Well, here we are. I'm surprised we even got a spot this late after what you told me. With a member of the police force and someone who is as important as you are, it's not really surprising. They probably regard it as an honor to be hosting us. So this is it? No tent or anything? Oh, tent camping would have been a bit more complicated to set up at the last minute. Is there any other form of camping? What you're seeing here is cave camping. Essentially, they're run like hostels, but you sleep in caves like this one. Well, at least we got some furnishing. Could use a few sleeping bags, though. If you wanted a comfy bed, you should have stayed in your room. This here is the real deal. So I'm supposed to just sleep on the ground? Oh, I get it. Your skin is sensitive and all that. Is that going to be a problem? Well, I'm not going to die from it. We even have some natural lighting in here, so much for the real deal. We could just sit in the dark if you prefer that. No, I think this will do. Have you ever gone camping before? I'll just say nope, this is the first. Let's make it a good one then. You know, I was kind of nervous when I met you the first time. I could tell. It was quite a thing to hear that humans were going to visit our world, but when I met you and it turned out you were just like an ordinary person, that really threw me off. Didn't you meet Reza before? Actually, no. Everything about your visit is clouded in secrecy, so I didn't get to hear much about Reza from Maverick before I met you. I see. So are you one of those who expect me to act a certain way because I'm human? Actually, this didn't have much to do with it. Any high-profile guest would have made me nervous, especially if I was in charge of keeping them safe. I also happen to be the newest guy on the force, so I didn't exactly want this to turn into a career ender right there. Been doing a great job so far, don't worry about it. With the whole murder situation going on, you should be careful that it doesn't end more than just your career, or better hope these walls aren't going to cave in then. We'll go with the middle one. Good point. How long you been on the force? They didn't assign the rookie to me, did they? Just because I'm the newest guy doesn't mean I'm a rookie. It's been a few years now. I suppose that means you don't get many recruits. Not here at the very least. This is just a small town, so we don't really need them all that often. I got lucky when I got this position because I figured there'd be more competition from the locals. Locals, don't you live here? I live here now, but I actually grew up in a small farming village that mostly consisted of runners like me. Runners? Oh, that's just what we call our species sometimes. We've got pretty powerful legs. I can see that. Are there many villages where the inhabitants are mostly of the same species? For sure, it's mostly smaller ones though, because the bigger they get, the more variety you'll find. I see. I only have my hometown to compare, but from what I've heard, there are many villages that are fairly similar. They can only survive like that if they lead much simpler lives or if they focus on a certain industry that species is good at. So your species is good at farming? Better than the earth dragons at least, even though they came in handy pulling the plows. Why did you decide to become a police officer? I just wanted to see what it's out there. Our vegetable fields and if whatever was there was like the stories I'd heard. Well, is it? Oh yes, it's been great. Now that you mention it, I don't really know much about this town either. Well, what would you like to know? Alright, well, can you tell me about the land? The land? Well, I hear they have fertile soil. Not as fertile as my hometown, though. I was talking more about if they have any sort of industry. Oh, I see. This town is actually quite unique, because even though it's fairly small, it has its own production facility. With that, we basically have our own full production chain. So your one factory is everyone's pride and joy here? In a way, yes. It makes us fairly independent and keeps everything local. A new option just opened up. Do you have any special recommendations or secrets I should know about this town? Secrets? This town doesn't really have any secrets. Oh, bullshit, Sebastian. We already know that. Come on, bro. This is my 9th part of this playthrough. How many secrets have we uncovered in this game? Bullshit. I call bullshit. Not that I know of, at the very least. Well, then you're not a very good police officer. Maybe you just don't belong to the inner circle yet. I think as a member of the police force, I get to see everything there is to see. Oh, not by a long shot. Either way, I don't think there's anything that special about our town. What can you tell me about the people? They're a friendly bunch for the most part. Of course, I also meet some unpleasant fellows in my line of work, but luckily those seem to be the minority. There was also a bit of a culture shock when I initially came here with all the different species living here together, but my police training took care of that. Well, what's it like to work with Bryce? He kinda took me under his wing when I came here, and I've been working with him ever since, pun not intended. I found it a bit weird that the big shot himself had to show the country bumpkin the ropes though. I thought he saw it as a challenge or that he wanted to scare me away, but honestly, he's been great. Everyone here trusts him a lot. It's like having so many different species on the force. Compared to my hometown, it's been quite an interesting change. On one hand, you get all kinds of different people with all kinds of different strengths, abilities, and backgrounds that can make your work so much easier. On the other hand, it also creates all kinds of new problems that I never would have expected. I won't forget the first time I had to follow a shoplifter who also happened to be a flyer. But hey, I'm not the only one who's new here. What are your impressions? Good, bad, ugly? No comment. It's been a bit hectic so far. It's been fun so far. It's been a bit hectic so far. Oh, that is understandable with everything that's been going on. Maybe it's a good thing most places were closed, and I'm not sure I would have enjoyed any more sightseeing. I suppose you're just not a runner like I am. We don't mind staying on our feet. I'm not sure if it was a good idea by Bryce to take you to the crime scene now. I know he's a hands-on guy, but that really was a bit much, pun not intended. If you would need my help, I'm glad to give it. Fostering goodwill and all that. Well, at least you don't seem to be traumatized from the experience. Anyway, how about some fun? What kind of fun are you talking about? I brought some playing cards, a staple for my camping trip. I see, what are we playing? Just a little game called Bastion Breach. Ever heard of it? Can't say I have. We often play it in the break room to pass the time. It's good fun, though things can get quite heated sometimes. Let me go over the rules. Sure. Oh shit. Okay. As you can see, each of us starts with all cards of a given suit in our hands. You're diamonds and I'll be hearts. Alright, let me save this again. You stole all those hearts, didn't you? Haha, well, maybe I did. Anyways. What you see in the center is the middle row, which is a line of shuffled cards from another suit. This way, each game is going to be unique since the middle row always changes between games. Now, this is how the game works. We will play a round for each card in the middle row, starting with the one you see at the very left. During each round, we both decide which card to play and put it there face down, like this. Once we have both played a card, we flip them over. The highest card wins the round, and whoever played it gets a point. To clarify, 2 is the lowest card, and the king is the highest. The ace is the special card. It beats every face card, but will lose against any numbered card. Now, the card from the middle row also counts, so it's possible that neither of us will get the point for a round. If there is a tie, no clear winner between the 3 cards, or the middle row has the highest card. No player will get a point for that round. However, the next round will give the winner an extra point to make up for it. At the end, the player with the most number of points wins the game. Did you get all that? Yes. So, this game is all about bluffing and mind games. We can always see what cards have been played, so each of us knows exactly what the other player has left. Alright, are you ready? Sure. Don't worry, I'll go easy on you. Take all the time you need to make your selection. Oh boy, alright, here we go. A 5 for the first card makes for an interesting start. You could try to surpass it and play something higher, but if I'm going to do the same, you don't know how high I would go to not only beat the 5, but your higher card as well. Alternatively, you could count on me trying to beat a higher card and play a low one instead, thus making me waste mine. What's it going to be, Prince? Oh, fucking hell. I've never played this game before, so this is not going to be my strong suit. I don't even really know what the fuck I'm doing here. Okay, we'll just go with a 6. I don't know if that's a good or a bad move. As you can see, I played a lowly 2 just to see what would happen. Getting to know your opponent and their tendencies is just as important as analyzing potential moves and strategies. The first point is yours, but now you'll have to ask yourself, was it worth it? Okay, I guess that's a good start then. The king presents us with an interesting conundrum, especially when getting him early when most cards are still available. I'll let you figure this one out though. Okay. Good music for this though. This game has a really good soundtrack. Very calming music. Okay. So he said he chose a king. So do I up him by picking the ace? Dark, help me out here. The fuck am I doing, man? I don't even know how to play this. You don't know this game that well? Damn it. Yeah, this is something my mom would be good at, but I'm not good at this shit. She plays these stupid fucking card games all the time. On her phone. She'd be good at this, but I wouldn't be. Try king? Alright, we'll go with king. Looks like a tie. Of course, the only card that beats a king is the ace, but playing it here would be a rookie mistake. It's definitely a safer play to just get rid of a low card here. Okay. I mean, if we fuck this up, I can just reload. But we need to beat him in order to get the achievement. So he said to pick a low card. So I guess I'll go with a 3. Oh, okay. So we lost that one, so now we're tied. I got 1 point and he's got 1 point. Okay. I'll go with a jack, I guess. Fuck. Don't worry, you can still win. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Fuck it, I'm just gonna pick random shit until I win. So did I win that one? I don't even know who won that. He said nice, so I'm assuming I won that one. It's not looking too great for me. I'm just gonna pick random shit until I win. Says any... Okay, so we're halfway done, so anybody can still win. Okay. Am I picking the right ones? I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, I'm assuming I'm not doing good. This game is pretty much over. For whose side? Yours or mine? Okay, so who won? Okay, I lost. Well, okay, we'll watch this. Okay. Maple Leaf? We tied on the first round. Well, I do play a Canadian South Park character for Sebastian, so I guess it's fitting that we have a maple leaf symbol for the card game. Damn it. Maybe Sebastian really is Canadian. Fuck. I'm not good at this. Oh my god. Skip mode. Oh, I like that. We just keep choosing random shit until I win. Yeah, I already hate this game. We're gonna be here a while, I think. Because I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. And it's not like you can look up a guide for this. Because it's random every time, so, you know. It's a legit mini-game here. Okay. Let me try something different this time. Let me go with the higher cards first. Red Rob says, what type of card game is this? I don't know. We're going to call it Maple Leaf. It's Sebastian's stupid fucking game that he wants to play, and I have to fucking do it if I want to get the achievement for it. And I need all the achievements in order to get the secret ending for the game. So this is my fucking hell right now. No, not save. Load. Well, I don't like this at all. This is terrible. Hello, Dark. You switched platforms, I see. Oh, fuck. Yes, let's get started. Please. Let's just get started, please. Don't worry, someday we're gonna get through this. I like how the guy just says, oh, just save. It literally says, just save before the card game starts and you'll figure out his pattern. I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at. I don't know what this shit is. Just save and you'll get it. Yeah, I'll figure out his fucking pattern, alright. Perhaps the middle row is the key to the pattern? What do you mean? I don't see any pattern there. Like, what? Am I supposed to just copy the middle row? I don't know. Let's try it. Okay, well that didn't work. I think he got me on every single one that time. That did not work at all. Well, it seems that the middle row stays the same always. So maybe I should do reversal? I don't know. I don't see any like pattern here. Like what the fuck is it supposed to do here? I really don't know. Stacks has a lifetime subscription plan on his website, FYI. Nice. How much is he charging for the lifetime? I mentioned to him a while back that he should add a lifetime option. Because, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, if you pay for a lifetime, he only streams for, like, let's say 3 or 4 more years. I mean, there you go. 350. Wow. I thought it would have been like 250. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. I guess if he streams for 4 more years, I guess that's worth it. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. Oh, we could be here a while. This is gonna be the majority of the stream right here. Want to play a different game? No, I want to finish this. I want to beat this, damn it. Oh my god, now it's just it's just pissing me off now. I'm a very stubborn person. Like when I become determined for something, I want to just complete it. Not going to be satisfied until I 100% this game. Okay, he said damn, so I guess I did something right. I don't know what I did right, but I did something right. It's pretty even so far. Fuck. Oh my god, this is so fucking annoying. So our cards should be the same, right? So maybe I just have to play... Maybe I just have to strategically, like, guess what he's doing? Like, I don't know. So we'll start low, I guess. No, because there's really no way to know what he's gonna draw, though. This is for fuck's sake, Prince. I've never played this before, man. I don't even know what the fuck this game is. Yeah, I can't even, I can't figure it out. I don't know if there's a certain pattern that I'm supposed to, it says there is. It says, like, oh, you'll figure out his pattern. Like, I'm trying to think, like, how are you supposed to play it? Are you supposed to, like... You're basically supposed to magically know what card he's gonna go for. Queen or king? We'll go with the queen first. I think I'm doing something right now. I'm getting a lot of dings. Did we just tie? Oh, hey, I got it. I don't know how I got it, but I got it. Seems like you won, fair and square. Of course, I went easy on you. You know that, right? Okay, well, 36 times the charm. I got it, guys. See, I'm a fucking master at card games. You won a game of Bastion Breach. Without cheating, I hope. I did not cheat. I technically did not cheat. Right as Dark Lizard says, found a tutorial video. Yeah, I probably should have watched the tutorial video, but... Alright, I'll just put these away. No rematch? Maybe some other time. It's getting kind of late now, yeah. I would think it would be. We've only been playing this for 30 fucking minutes. If you say so. Hey, maybe next time you could teach me a human card game. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know many card games. Really? Really? Well then, we'll just have to play Bastion Breach again. Sure. That's what he calls it. He calls it Bastion Breach. Is that a real card game? I wonder if it is. Maybe we should get some sleep now. I imagine it'll just be as busy tomorrow as it was today. And let's not forget, I'll have to get up early to report about all this. Don't leave out the part where I totally won. You wish. I totally beat him, guys. So, how do you like your bed of rocks? It's pretty cold. I suppose it takes some getting used to. A blanket would have been nice at the very least. I could warm you up. Not sure it would be safe to keep a fire burning overnight. You're right, but I wasn't talking about that. I see. Either way, the only blanket I can offer is myself. No, thank you. I see. Have a good night then. Good night, Sebastian. Yeah, I gotta be an asshole to everybody. I could warm you. Imagine if he was like, I could warm you up, and then he like breathes fire right on top. I mean, there you go, nice and warm. Alright, well, that was interesting. I never went through that scene before. So yeah, there's a Sebastian minigame. Okay. Well, we completed that. And now I never have to do it again, thank God. Okay. So, there's a couple other things that I need to mop up here. I also need to... There's one called The Politician. Blitzcraig says, if the protagonist achieves a perfect tie while playing Bastion Breach with Sebastian, he'll look flustered. To do this, play your cards in the next order. 2, 3, 10, Queen, Jack, 9, 4, Ace, King, 8, 7, 5, 6. Interesting. Where was that from? How did you hear about that? So does the game consider that you winning? Or like, how does he react to it other than being flustered? Do they just have to do it again, or does he just say, okay, I'll just consider this you won? Well, yeah, I figured that much. You found it online, but like where? Is it on some like random website, or is it on a guide or something? Or is it on like a forum on Reddit or something? Like, where'd you hear it from? That is interesting, though. So anyway, there's one achievement I need to get called The Politician. We have to meet with Emiria. It says only available after you've seen one of Remy's endings. During the second investigation, visit Tetsu Park. Look at the map and go south. Approach Emiria, and when she makes fun of Remy's ears, don't tell her that's not nice. You'll have the option to meet with her later in Chapter 2. Okay. So, I also need to meet up with each character once to purposefully be an asshole to them. And like I said, that's going to really kind of break my heart, because I actually really like these characters, but This is what we got to do if we need to get if we're gonna get that secret ending. And we can't skip the scenes because the game will treat skipping scenes as if you made good choices or neutral choices. So we're not going to skip this. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have come at all. I was watching Y Chromosome 99 play this, and his scene with Remy did not go well, like, at all. And so I kind of know how this is gonna go. Like, in terms of like not going good, but I was bored, and coming here seemed to be the most interesting option. I'll take that as a compliment. This is kind of funny though. Watch how this goes. It's pretty funny. I was like, oh shit, you know? And Y was like, yeah, I didn't know he was gonna say that to him. Okay, so yeah, this part was kind of a little bit tricky. Y Chromosome 99 actually did really good on this part. Like, he only screwed up on one book. So basically 2. He misplaced 2 books. And he didn't look it up or anything, so I was quite impressed by that. So we're gonna purposely fuck this up, though. Only a single book is in the right place. Alright, so now we're gonna give up and leave. Look at what he says to him. I give up. This is stupid, and you're stupid for making me do your work for you. Well, it's not like I'm forcing you to stay here. You can see yourself out, if you can still find the exit. Apparently, Remy hadn't approved of my unwillingness to be a slave. Did he really think I wanted to spend my free time doing his work for him? Thanks, but no thanks, buddy. Damn. Man, that's cold. This is stupid and you're stupid. It's like, wow. Not really in the mood to look at corpses today. He says we don't expect too much from you. Yeah. Yeah, after how the first investigation goes, I can't imagine why. Blitzcraig says, the highest card wins the round, including the middle card, and whoever played that card wins a point. Right, I kind of figured that much. The problem is I don't know what Sebastian's, what cards he's going to play. So, I just got lucky, eventually, with my picks. I'm sure if I spent enough time, I could figure it all out, but I just wanted to get the damn achievement, to be quite honest. It was cool to see that scene, though. I never seen that scene with Sebastian before, so that was kind of cool. Dislike all kinds of stairs. Well, Bryce seemed to agree with that. It was a dragon in disguise. And now you're grasping at straws. Alright, so now let's go to Tatsu Park. And it says, look at the map and go south. Just as I entered the southern part of the park, I found myself tumbling to the ground when someone suddenly bumped into me. Ouch! Sorry about that. Are you alright? Besides being a little dirtier than before, I think so. I should really look where I'm going. Sometimes I just get lost in my thoughts. Hey, I think you dropped this. Oh, thank you. Ghost stories, huh? Yup. Oh, I should probably go before the bookstore closes. Bye. Bye. Someone's sitting on the benches. Approach the dragon. And there's Emiria. What a most pleasant surprise to be meeting you here, Prince. Do you know who I am? Say I do. And what brings you here today, Prince? I'm not quite sure of that myself. Ah, the park does have an appeal that naturally draws people in. I would know, since I'm partly responsible for creating it. Have you seen the north side yet? If not, you totally should. It's just so pretty this time of year. You created this park? Well, some of it. Do you see the building behind me? That's where I work. Do you want to know a secret? The park was built here so I could enjoy going outside on my breaks, like right now, for example. Speaking of your work, Remy works for you, right? I just met him the other day. Oh, Remy? Quite the little nerd, isn't he? Have you seen his malformed ears? I want to laugh every single time I see him. So we have to say, we have to, just don't tell her that's not nice. Don't tell her. Because I think I went through this scene before, but last time I picked, that's not very nice. Which, I mean, it's really not. I don't know why she shits on him all the time, but we'll just say, so we'll pick the opposite this time. I have to admit they are pretty funny. Right? Now just imagine what it must be like working with him. He's always running back and forth on my command like some sort of well-trained, ugly, yappy dog. Can I ask you a question? You can ask for sure, but whether I can answer or not is another question. What would you like to know? So I guess we can just pick whatever here. Let's ask her about her job. Can you tell me more about your job? I could, but I think overall it's a very boring affair. It involves a lot of reading and talking and approving or rejecting forms and projects. It has its perks, but in some ways I'll certainly be happy when my term is over. If you've been minister once, that's something people will remember you for, even if those times are long past. No one can ever take that away from you again. You mentioned your term ending. How does that work here? We, the ministers, serve our term, and then someone else takes our place. Only one minister charges at a time. Technically speaking, any person can become a minister, though there are certain standards and requirements that must be met in order to apply for office. I don't want to bore you with the details, as that too would be a long and tedious affair. Let's ask about her visit. What do you think about us visiting this world? You and Raza? Well, I think it is about the most exciting thing that has happened here in the last few years. It certainly has been a nice distraction from the other boring things I have to do at work. How so? Arranging your arrival was partly my responsibility. In fact, I would have been at the portal to welcome you myself if something didn't come up the last second. Finally, let's ask about Tatsu Park. Can you tell me more about Tatsu Park? Well, I'm not so sure there's much to say about it. It just opened recently. I think the initial request is for more open spaces, like a dedicated place for people to gather and such. If you read The Plague, you would know that the park was dedicated to our so-called creator. I say creator like that because I think that word is a bit of a misnomer, but I suppose people still use it regardless. Alright, well, that's all. I suppose I should be getting back to work anyway. Well, thank you for this most pleasant conversation, Prince. You know, if you wanted to continue talking at a later time, you should have no difficulty contacting me. I'll keep that in mind. So I guess now we'll get the option to meet up with her later on, possibly. Alright. Yeah, because it says you'll have the option to meet with her later in Chapter 2. Alright. So there's nothing else to do here, I don't believe. I guess now, visit the production facility. I love that snarl he gives us. You wouldn't understand. What did he say here? Oh shit, alright, we're gonna save if I have to. Should have given up hours ago. No, this is hopeless. We'll never find him. Alright, good. We were not helpful at all, so that's good. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Meet with Emra. Alright. This should be the right place. Come in. Well, here goes nothing. Ooh, fancy. What a pleasant surprise. I didn't expect you to take me up on my offer. I'm sure you are a very busy person. That I am. I'm sorry I have to say this, but I won't have much time for you today. As edifying as your visit is no doubt going to be, I have a meeting to attend shortly. However, I'm still grateful you came to visit. Sure, someone of your standing is always busy. Thank you for taking the time to meet me. Charming as always, aren't you? So what exactly is this? An official meeting? A trade negotiation? Oh, please. This is just two people having a conversation. After all, we still owe you for the PDA devices you gave us. So until we deliver our part, there is nothing to negotiate. I see. If it was up to me, though, I'd rather listen to you all day than having to work through the stack of paperwork. Is it really all that boring? Well, sometimes. It's just an unpleasant part of the job, I suppose. In the end, working as the Minister of Culture and Arts involves just as much paperwork as any other bureaucratic position. On some days, I have to keep reminding myself that there are actual people and problems behind those numbers, and those are the people I'm responsible for. One mistake, and those people turn against you faster than something that is very fast. That's why I prefer to go where the people are rather than being stuck back here. It makes things much clearer than the abstraction of words and numbers. Is that what this is for you? A game or a popularity contest? I may use the law, Prince, but I don't break it. As much as I may dislike it, a game is certainly what this is. When I came into office, it didn't take long for me to realize that you can't win if you don't play. Let me ask you one thing, Prince. Do you enjoy your work as an ambassador? I don't, or work doesn't have to be enjoyable. We'll just say I don't, because again, we're kind of have to be an asshole, right? So, I don't. Such is the burden we have to bear, Prince. Doesn't sound like you enjoy your job very much, though. Well, I look at it this way. Just one term of having been on the council, and I'll have left my mark. One term of being stuck behind a desk with my paperwork. At least I get to do something where I can make a difference, even if that doesn't happen very often. Culture and arts don't exactly give me much room for doing what I'd want to, you know. Still, I prefer stacks of papers and meetings to working in a mine and pulling cards, or logs, or whatever else they would have us Earth Dragons typically do. When I look at those who have to do hard manual labor, I can't help but feel empathy towards them. I'm impressed by their tenacity to work in conditions that I would never want to. I wish to help them. What about those who enjoy that kind of work? Sure, but I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about those, like myself, who are just not cut out for that kind of job. Being in charge of your visit in this world, however, has been quite an opportunity. Was it just that, an opportunity? Of course not. I have been a staunch believer in humanism for a long time. Humanism? The belief in humans and their contribution to our existence. I see. Some people say I only took this matter into my hands as just another publicity stunt, but I can assure you my feelings on the matter are genuine regardless. Pun intended? I would argue that making it a public spectacle only confirms my position on the matter. In the end, I don't have any hard feelings, because I know the critics are only another part of the job I have to deal with. You should see how quick they are to jump at my throat and second guess every decision I've ever made. How ironic it is for people like that to have a platform where they can spout their opinions when I'm the one making all the hard decisions. It doesn't matter though. I know that I will never please everyone, but my numbers do speak for themselves. In the end, it is all just a great self-sacrifice to make a difference. Is that why you became a politician? I'd like to think it was all preordained. My parents were the vehicle so I could get this far. That reminds me of this book I've seen. It's called Born to Serve, I think. How very perceptive of you. Indeed, I happen to have quite a fondness for it, since Avedon's experience is not unlike my own. I always knew I was destined for greatness, just like my parents before me. However, they thought I would need to work hard like them to get there. That's where they were mistaken. I grew up as an only child in a village mostly known for its mining industry. My father was a very business-minded individual. He worked hard to provide for us and advance his career, whereas my mother was more of a spiritual person. After years of saving up, they combined their interests and created a new business out of nothing, a gamble that paid off handsomely. I did what was expected of me. I studied and worked hard until I came to resent it. By that point, I was at crossroads in regards to my future career. My parents wanted me to continue my studies, but I decided against doing that. Studying and working hard so that I may study and work hard ad infinitum wasn't something that was particularly appealing to me. In the end, I didn't see the difference between working hard in the mines and studying perpetually. Instead, I started to look for alternative options. There was an opening for a political position, and I decided to seize the opportunity and applied for it. At the time, I wasn't sure whether to be surprised at the fact that I got the position, but if I look back at it now, it certainly shouldn't have. I was very qualified for the job, but I also have a feeling that my parents might have persuaded those in power because they knew this would be another step for our family. Persuaded them? How? This is only speculation, of course, but I wouldn't put it past them to do something like that, no matter if it was with words, gifts, or something else. How has it worked out for you? Now that I am here, the stacks of books have merely been replaced by stacks of paperwork. At least I am popular, though. Are you, really? I know I am polarizing, But why try to please everyone and accomplish nothing when I know it's impossible to please everyone in the first place? It is a departure from the usual way of thinking, and while not liked by everyone, some of my moves have been lauded by a great majority. My strategy is to take risks that may or may not pay off when I know I have nothing to lose rather than playing it safe and just perpetuating the status quo. You have nothing to lose? I am not afraid of political suicide because I don't value the position itself. I only value the opportunities I am given while having this power. So as long as I have it, I shall use it until I can no longer do so. My approach has been called daring or brave, just as much as has been derided by others who don't like what I am doing. I'm not sure if this will start a trend or if there will be others who will follow suit, but either way, I'll be glad once my term is over. What are you going to do then? People who have been on the council usually don't have trouble finding a job to their liking, but I wouldn't even need to do that. I am settled for life and could retire now if I wanted to. Retire? Is that what you would like to do? I already feel like I have left my mark and seen everything there is to see in the political landscape, so once this is over, I'd like to settle down for good and start a family. Really? I'm an only child. My parents want me to make them some grandchildren and to continue the lineage, so all that responsibility rests on me now that I've proven my worth. Is that what you'd like to do as well? In this case, I'll have to agree with them. Frankly, I am tired of all the work, more so than ever before. Besides, it would be a shame to let everything they built go to waste, don't you think? What is that supposed to mean? I'm talking about our family fortune, of course, and what would a family fortune be without a family? I see. The funny thing is, they were never like this when I was growing up. It was only after they had made it big that they started getting all self-important about it, illusions of grandeur included. Now that I'm getting older, I'm sad to say that it's not exactly getting easier. I probably would have had better chances if I started a family first and tried to have a career afterwards. Why is that? Being known like I am has made me popular, but it's making things complicated in the relationship front. On one hand, there are those that immediately disregard me due to my public image or my politics. On the other, we have those that are only interested in me because of being well known. In a way, I'm getting evaluated before I even have a chance of getting to know someone, before they get to know the person behind the politics. No matter if positive or negative, these snap judgments create a sort of proto-relationship that I had no input in and causes them to have certain expectations or opinions about me. I suppose you can't change someone's mind if they had already made it up. Oh, you can. It's just not an easy thing to do. Not that dating isn't already complicated enough as it is. Maybe it'll be easier once your term is over. People may not recognize you as much. Maybe. It also doesn't help that there is a rather limited selection for prospective fathers in this town. I didn't even consider that. Maybe I'll return to my hometown once my term is over. Can I ask you something? You have already asked me a lot of things since you came here. I'm sure one more won't hurt. Why did you employ Remy? You see, politics is a rather unusual field here. As a pursuit that mostly requires intellectual ability, it is very open to members of any and every species who wishes to apply to such an office. However, the council members themselves are responsible for the workers they employ to help with their office's duties, and that is an area where certain standards and prejudices already start to seep in. The council members either employ members of their own species, or they pick members of the species that is stereotypically used in that area. Shortly after I came into office, I was faced with the question of who to employ to take care of the archives. I didn't really know of a suitable candidate that I wished to employ off the top of my head, so I had to make do with the applicants I received. They were numerous. Among them was a number of hopefuls from my hometown who now banked on the idea I would employ someone I already knew, or of my own species. I could have hired one of them, but I had to realize that this decision, my first in the office, would already be under scrutiny. It certainly would have been very unusual to hire an Earth Dragon to take care of the archives, but I was sure it would have looked I was sure it would have been looked at from a certain angle, or with a certain bias. They would have claimed that I only employed another Earth Dragon because they belonged to the same species, or came from the same town as me. They wouldn't even consider that I made the decision based on merit. With the same biased thinking being present in the applicants, it would have been hard to find anyone among them who was actually suited to the position of working in the archives. Typically, the position is held by a species with proper hands, as it is often necessary to handle small and precious objects in the archives, but since I typically don't do things the typical way, I wanted to do something different. After I sorted out applicants that only seemed to want to be there to advance their career or to have something important to put on the resume, the remaining number was actually fairly small. Remy was one that stood out to me from the rest. I wondered about his rationale to even apply for the position, given that it was unheard of for a member of his species to be the caretaker of the archives. Either he was incredibly naive, or he knew that his chances were particularly nil, but was willing to try regardless. I was curious to find out when I invited him for a job interview. He seemed genuinely enthusiastic and had a passion for the subject, qualities I was looking for. He also had a background that actually made him well qualified for the position, at least on paper. Ultimately, he reminded me of my parents and how they managed to break out of their mold and made it big by doing their own thing. I saw an opportunity that aligned with my own goals. Of course, there was also practical considerations, but I thought with time and practice and his tireless nature, any difficulties could be overcome. Maybe he could rise above his peers just like my parents did. I only gave him the same chance. I knew I was making a gamble, but I thought with someone like him, it could very well pay off. Going against every recommendation, guidance, and advice I received, I ultimately decided to hire him, a decision that immediately made big headlines. It was the beginning of the trend that would give me the image I have now. There was a lot of coverage about it, and I think it gave Remy a lot more attention than he wanted. This might have been a good thing if he did his job well, but this didn't turn out to be the case. The first time he messed up, I made a joke about it and told him that this happens to everyone a few times, if only it had stayed at just a few times. Soon enough, my decision made more headlines from my cynical critics who lambasted him, citing his shortcomings as evidence. Of course, I couldn't go easy on him during that time. He wanted the job, so I held him to the standards of the job. If I treated him any differently, it would have only gotten worse. He might have to work twice as hard, but if he can't do the job, maybe he isn't cut out to do it. But if he can, he'll have proven his worth to the whole town. I heard that isn't working out so well for him. Tell me about it. It's one of my few decisions that haven't ended up working in my favor, even though many people were all for it when it was initially announced. Why don't you just replace him? That wouldn't be such a good idea. For once, it would only prove the people right who doubt that I made the right choice, and secondly, it would only draw attention to the whole issue all over again. That is unfortunate. Luckily, I make enough headlines these days for it to not matter much anymore. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be late for my meeting if I don't hurry up. Would you mind helping me with this? Hornshine? What's that? Just some color for my horns. You're painting them? What for? It's a public outing. Are you telling me you don't do things to make yourself look different? We do. I just didn't expect your horns to be one of those things. I see. Well, the brush is over there, so get it and get going. Alright. I walked over to her table where I saw the brush among a number of other tools I couldn't quite place in a few stacks of paper. She really hadn't been exaggerating when she mentioned her workload. Anything I need to know before I start? Not really. You know how a brush works, don't you? In theory, at the very least. Just so you know, I'll blame you in front of the whole council if you mess it up. Of course. I removed the cork from the glass bottle that was filled with a red, somewhat viscous liquid. After dipping the brush into it, I started painting her horn in a bright red. It only took a few applications for the horn to be covered completely. Is that good? Oh, we're not done yet. Don't forget my elbow and those on my neck. Alright. Here, that should do it. Let me take a look. She walked up to a mirror and turned her head a few times so she could see herself from every angle. Not too shabby, Prince. Maybe you would make a good assistant. Maybe for you anytime, or maybe not. Maybe not. You should have a bit more confidence in yourself, Prince. Anyway, how does it look? What do you think about the color? You say it goes well with your makeup and jewelry. It contrasts nicely with your natural color. I thought they already looked nice before. Yeah, I don't think these options really matter. We'll just go with we'll say I thought they already looked nice before. Is that so? Yeah, I don't think you need to paint them. Funny you would say that. Actually, they aren't naturally white either. Oh, really? Yes, but don't tell that to anyone. You know what? All that sitting around is making my back so horribly stiff. Would you mind giving me a massage? I could certainly use one right now. Oh boy, okay. Alright. I was gonna say, I should probably get going. I think it's probably best that we continue to go along with this. We'll say not at all. You're a real lifesaver, Prince. I know it's a strange request, but having to sit in this office for hours on end, working through all these papers, takes its toll on my body. You know, my kind tends to be very physical, and I haven't quite gotten used to this office lifestyle yet. She lay down on a mat and pillow she had quickly produced from somewhere and presented her back to me. I briefly wondered if she kept these items at the office for occasions just like this one. So what should I do? You can start at the neck and work your way down. Well, I don't know much about massaging an earth dragon. What kind of movements are we talking about here? Just put your palms on it and start rubbing in circles. And don't hold back. I assure you, we earth dragons can take anything you dish out. Alright. I put my hands on her rather girthy neck and did as she told me, rubbing my palms out in a circular motion. I was about to ask her if I was doing it right when I heard her voice. Oh yeah, that is lovely. Just be careful around the spines. I think we both don't want this to end with an impaled hand. After she had mentioned them, I couldn't help but watch her spines a bit more closely while I continued my ministrations. They seemed to be made from the same material as the horn on her muzzle. Even though they were not as girthy, they still started out with a rather wide base, ultimately culminating in a point that didn't seem sharp enough to cause any damage by accident. When I resumed my treatment, she suddenly bucked, her spines only missing me by inches when she suddenly threw her head up. I guess she wasn't kidding about watching out for the spines. Fearing a bit for my safety, I moved down to her shoulders. Your hands are wonderful, Prince. Is that so? The movements, the incomparably soft skin on your hands. I'll take it as a compliment. It most certainly is. I moved further down to her back, noticing the increased roughness and armor that covered her there. Don't hold back now, Prince. Put your strength into it, or I won't even feel a thing. Following her guidance, I increased the pressure from my palms more and more. Harder! I gave it everything I could, and as I kept going at her, I noticed the muscles beneath her armor softening noticeably. You know how to please, don't you? Apparently I do, or I could say, if you say so, if you say so. I certainly do. By this point I had moved down to her hips, giving them the same treatment as with the rest of her body. Yes, that's the spot. You don't know what having to sit in an office all day does to my hips, Prince. Unrelentingly I continued, vowing not to stop until every last knot in her muscles was gone. Don't stop now, Prince. Give it all you got. I went faster, tenderizing her like a rump steak. Just like that. Yes. Yes! And with that, my treatment was done, her hips now as soft and supple as a jello-filled beanbag. That was amazing. Thank you. If you were to open a massage parlor here, you would have no shortage of customers. Is that so? Your hands are truly magical, Prince. They are a gift. Don't waste it. I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, I should probably head off to my meeting, and I'm sure you also have places to be, Prince. Maybe I'll see you again. I'm sure of it. You just met with Emra. What an interesting lady. Alright, politician. So, we learned quite a lot about Emiria, so that's cool that she gets her own scene. Because we didn't really get to know her too much before, so I'm actually glad that I went through that. Yeah, she's something. So let's see what else we got here. Of course, we have some meetings with Bryce, but there's another one we can get with Bryce though, since I'm not going to be getting, since I have to get on everybody's bad side. Speaking of, let me check the stats. All right, so we're on bad status with Remy, so that's good. Normally I'd say, oh, that's not good, but yeah, since we're going for the evil ending, we have to be on everybody's bad side. So that's good. Next, we're gonna go and get on Bryce's bad side, I think, because there's actually another achievement that I can mop up called Teetotaler. It says reject Bryce's invitation, because remember he invites us to the bar. It says choose to meet with Bryce, then tell him you don't drink and don't go out with him, or go with him to the bar and then refuse to drink with him. This will put you on bad terms with Bryce, so obviously don't do this on a run where you're trying to get his ending. Okay. So, let's meet with Bryce. This should be pretty quick. Just, go there and say, no, I don't want to drink. Skip this, and I don't usually drink, though. Oh shit. Actually, I find it worrisome that the chief of police prefers to get drunk instead of hearing important information about a case. You're quite right. In my own free time, I do prefer to get drunk instead of dealing with work. If you find that worrisome, maybe you should try out my job sometime. We can either apologize or we can press him even further on it. We're gonna be an asshole and press him even further. It can't be that hard. Alright, kiddo, that's enough. You better go now before you make me really mad. I might not be the wisest person that ever lived, but if I knew one thing, it was that getting on a dragon's bad side was not a very good idea. According to his wishes, I left, wondering what went wrong between us. I just wanted to help, and that was how he showed his gratitude. I could certainly live without Bryce from now on, then. Well, you're going to be living without everybody from now on, then. Alright, we're in Chapter 3. We gotta hurry up and get on everybody else's bad side. Even if we can't get it in this run, I still think we got quite a few things accomplished here. But I'm wondering, why did that not give me the Teetotaler? That didn't give me the Teetotaler achievement. I guess I fucked that up. I guess I should have waited first, right? Fuck, I haven't saved in a while, though. Thankfully, you can rewind. Alright, well this time then, we'll actually go. We're gonna get all the way to the bar, and then reject the drinks. I'd rather just go home and read a book. Says, okay. So I tell him, maybe I should be going now. Oh, come on and stay a little. Considering we're already here, might as well enjoy the evening, right? I mean, you don't have to, but I certainly will. Or do you need to be somewhere? Say, not really. I guess I could stay for a little while. I say, I'd rather just go home and read a book. Let's go ahead and save really quick. Okay. Dark Lizard says, yo, kick on the Safari on the iPhone is ass. My laptop died. My backup account if kick goes down. What backup account? Your YouTube account is your backup account? Anyway. Yeah, I always leave my laptop plugged in. I mean, obviously I kind of have to because I'm streaming and recording. I wonder how long, if I were to just go off the battery on this thing, I really do wonder how long it could stream and record. Probably like an hour, and then it would die. It's very demanding. But anyway, plus this battery's old too. I think the battery in this laptop is the original, so it's not really all that great anymore. But anyway. Let's just say I'd rather just go home and read a book. That's a shame, but I won't stop you. Bryce respected my wishes, but staying there longer and getting drunk wasn't exactly my idea of fun. I could certainly enjoy myself without alcohol and those who partook in its consumption. After all, there were still plenty of interesting novels waiting for me in my apartment. You rejected Bryce's invitation. Why is anyone's guess? There we go, teetotaler. You're on your iPhone now? Alright. Yeah, so that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go to the bar first and then reject the drink. And that's gonna put us on bad terms with Bryce. Even though I think it went better than just immediately saying no. That did not go well, because he's basically like, my character was basically lecturing him, like, you shouldn't drink. You're a cop, you shouldn't drink. Did you put on some more weight? Stop joking around. This is serious. I am serious. Diabetes is no joke. Shut up already and listen to me for once. Well, what is it? Well, that was different. That went different, didn't it? I bet you're sorry about your diabetes joke now, huh? So yeah, Bryce doesn't like us now. And apparently my character doesn't like him. Bryce wouldn't let me say no, we're gonna blame him. I didn't actually want to help with the investigation, but Bryce insisted until I eventually agreed. Yeah, it's a really, really long scene. But I do want to see what Adine has to say. Now, we're not on bad terms with her, so she's like okay with us. Even though I told her to fuck off a couple times. That is a lot. That is a long scene right there. I think that's the longest scene in the game. Chapter 3 scene. But that was interesting, man. I remember going through that the first time. That was interesting. Alright, so we can either visit the production facility, visit the police archives, or visit the store. I don't think it really matters, to be quite honest. Just visit the store. We're just gonna stay. Because following Vera, I believe actually helps with the investigation. It's considered a good thing. So yeah, not gonna do that. Just gonna wait it out. Now we can meet with somebody. So we're now on bad terms. Yep, bad terms with Remy and bad terms with Bryce. Alright, so we still have to get on bad terms with Adine. But there is an achievement, actually. Get Adine to remove her headgear. It's called disrobement. Get Adine to remove her headgear. Order food and invite Adine in. Ask her about her biggest regret, then dare her to remove her headgear. It's actually an achievement right there. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Order some lunch. All right, let's save again here. Look at that, I almost filled up all of my save slots. That's crazy. Let's be an asshole. Let's see what happens if you just say, well, thanks for the food. He's just about to close the door in her face. And she suddenly spoke up. Oh my god, man, you can be an asshole in this. Close the door. You can just, after she asks to come inside for a few minutes, you just close the door and take the food. Oh my god, man. This isn't a homeless shelter. Man, Jen, that's so fucked up. That is so fucked up. Oh, man. I suppose it won't hurt if you come in for a few minutes. Close the door, sure, come in. Let's tell her this isn't a homeless shelter. Oh my god. This is killing me right now, guys. Look at her face right now. And she's so nice. Fuck. I really don't want to be an asshole, but I have to in order to get the evil ending. Oh god, close it. Okay, we can close the door. But yeah, but then I'm not going to be able to get the disrobement achievement. Still going to be kind of an asshole, but... Okay, so... I don't remember how this exactly goes. Maybe I don't care. Oh man, this is killing me, guys. Having to be so mean to her. Alright, I'm waiting for the point where we get, I'm waiting for the point where we get to dare her to remove the headgear. We gotta ask her biggest regret. Not sure how I get that. I think that's the last question that we get to ask her. The last set. There it is. What's your biggest regret? Remove your headgear. I thought I'd go easy on you since it is your first time and all. So what did she say? Just that? That's not very hard. Thought I'd go easy on you since it is your first time and all. I see. There. Satisfied? Definitely. You got Adine to remove her headgear. Don't let it go to your head. Alright, so from those you have met so far, who is the one you fancy most? Damn, she really wants to know about my love interest, apparently. This is the second time she asked her, isn't it? That she asked me about that. Look, I don't want to be rude or anything, but I think it's better if we go our separate ways from now on. Sorry. Well, you pissed her off. Good job. Yep. Yeah, she doesn't like me. Complete asshole to her. I feel pretty bad about it. I actually really like Adine. I'd say she's probably my favorite character in the game. She's very, very kind-spirited. I really like her attitude too. So, yeah, I felt pretty bad about it, but you know, I gotta do it, man. If I'm gonna get the evil ending, I have to do it. So there's only 2 other characters that I need to piss off. Anna, I don't think is gonna be hard piss off at all. And I think all I'm going to have to do I'm not reading a guide to get bad endings for this either. But with Lorem, I think all I'm going to have to do is just shit on his game. Basically tell him it's a stupid idea and, you know, he's an idiot for trying this or whatever. So just basically shit on all their interests. Just completely just shit on everything about them. So it's really not hard, you know. So let's meet with Anna. Let's piss her off first. Dark Lizard says, I mean, the YouTube app is not bad. I like how you can rewind the live stream here. Yeah, it's not bad. I just don't usually use it because I don't like how they place ads on shit. They got so many fucking ads on the app. Anyway. I saw everything. Bring me a beer. She could be pretty annoying. I think someone's in a bad mood. Excuse me, princess. She's not amused. Anything to get you to shut up about work already. You're so cocky you made a bet, but when it comes down to it, I suppose you don't have it in you. Can't sell my body for a bet. How disappointing. I guess this whole thing was just a waste of time then. Maybe you should play your children's games with the waitress, because I've got better things to do. Damn, she just gets up and leaves. She simply got up and left without looking back even once. And she didn't pay for the coffee either. She probably hadn't forgotten, but whether she just didn't care or if it was her way of sticking it to me, I wasn't sure. I was quite sure, however, that she probably would not want to meet with me again. Alright, we just have one more character to get on their bad side of, so. That's good, though. I'm glad I didn't have to, like, start the whole game from scratch after I got the true ending. Alright, we'll just, we'll let him go in. I never let him get killed before. Actually, I'm not sure if this is a good idea. Chief. Sebastian, what are you doing here? I told you to stay put. Don't go inside, Chief. Why? What's the problem? There's a device on the inside of the front door. I think it might be a trap. I didn't tell you to look inside. I'm sorry, Chief. I just had a feeling that something terrible would happen if I didn't. So I guess they're subconsciously remembering right now. Because normally, I know on the first playthrough, people have unknowingly had him go in. And some people have even believed that that he's bound to die the first time no matter what. But that's not the case, because as you can see from my playthrough, my first run of this game, he didn't die. So I think it depends on your terms, like what kind of, if you've met up with him before, if he trusts you a little bit, if he kind of likes you, then he will listen to you. But yeah, he's most likely, he'll die the first time around. If you're just on like neutral terms with him, I guess. Interesting though, that he subconsciously remembers that. I was just gonna let him go in there and get killed. Because it doesn't, I was just kind of curious to see how that would have played out. Because we don't need him alive. We don't really need any of the characters alive right now, honestly. We just need to be on bad terms with people. And we just need to see the fireworks alone. Once that's done. Wait, what did he say here? This went differently, I think. Fuck, I didn't mean to skip it all again. Yeah, this one a little differently. I think because I've been doing so bad on the investigations. I'm surprised you called me back so quickly. How's the investigation going? Oh, the investigation is going swimmingly. But as you can expect, we need all the help we can get. As usual. With how this case has been going, we've realized we must employ external help. Oh? Yeah, we've requested assistance from one of the cities. We hope they'll send some good investigators our way soon. I see. We were so close today. We could have been in there, you know. Maybe we just came a few minutes too late. And if he knows how to make bombs from generators, who's to say he won't start using them elsewhere? At least he doesn't have any right now, does he? You said all the generators that were stolen are now accounted for. True. Still, this whole case is going to be too much for a small town police department. I hope you get all the help you'll need. Me too. But right now, you can help us again. Well, what do you have me for? When we searched the building, we found more than the things Raza stole. We also found this bloody bandage. Do you think that's his? That's what we need to find out. But given all that we know, it probably is. So that's interesting. Originally, in the first few playthroughs or whatever, you had to find the bloody bandage on your own. Now they find it on their own. Because remember, if you check the that hatch now, that bloody bandage isn't there. It's been replaced by an orb. So that made me wonder, who the hell put the orb there? Was it one of them, or was it the administrator? That's kind of odd. Alright, so the rest of that kind of goes the same. But yeah, that is kind of interesting. Interesting how that changes just a little bit. Oh, he's talking about the fireworks show now, too. Don't worry about it. By the way, are you planning to attend the summer festival? Should I? It's hard to think about something fun when I'm wrapped up in this investigation. For sure. It's important to take a short rest so you don't lose your head. There's so much to see at the festival, particularly the big fireworks. Dragons enjoy fireworks too? I would think something like that would feel so commonplace since many of you breathe fire. It's not quite the same. We still appreciate the wonder of colorful bursts in the sky. On the last day, there's always a big fireworks show. Everyone usually attends it. Everyone? Yes, it is a great tradition behind it. What peeves me most is that I'll be on guard duty when it happens this year, so I probably won't be able to see a thing. If it's that important to you, why don't you just watch it regardless? Are you suggesting I abandon my post during the fireworks? No, you don't have to abandon your post, but if you pick a good spot and watch them for like half an hour or so, no one's going to care. I'm not so sure about that. The guard post is pretty important. I know we're talking about the portal, but you don't need to take this so seriously all the time. Just think about it. The portal is broken right now anyway, and everybody will be busy watching the fireworks. Nothing is going to happen. I suppose you have a point. Just pick a good spot and no one is going to even notice you're gone. Well, if you say so. I wonder if that prevents his death. I suppose we'll find out, right? Anyways, I should get back to the investigation now. I'll leave the stuff for you here, and I'll take care of the rest once I get back, alright? Sure thing. Good luck, Prince. You too. Alright. I guess we'll visit the witness. Alright, now we can just rest in our apartment. And another really, really long scene. And now I can meet with Lorem, and he's the only person we can meet with because everybody else hates us. Alright, not gonna skip. I almost didn't. I already regret coming here. He just keeps going on anyway. What is this all about? A video game? Oh, he says it's going to be about something serious. Can't help but feel a little deceived by this. So I'm curious, should we leave or stay? We'll stay and just see how much more of an asshole we can do before he gets tired of it. So now I'm part of your viral marketing campaign. Great. Those are some messed up priorities. Sounds boring. Oh man. This is killing me, having to be so mean to everybody, man. I actually really care about these characters, so this is like killing me. I really don't want to have to be such a dick, but I don't have a breath weapon unless you count my morning breath. Sounds gross. So unpleasant. I promise I won't bother you again. Oh no. What are you talking about? Well, I can't help but feel like you still thought this was a waste of time. I have to admit, I was kinda annoyed about the whole thing. I guess it showed. Don't get me wrong, I'm still incredibly grateful that you stuck around until the end. I'm just saying it won't happen again. Okay, I really should be going now. Take care. Yeah, you too. Oh man. Okay, there we go. We're on bad status with everybody. Everybody hates us. Okay. Let's see if it paid off. Let's see if we can get the bad ending. YouTube gonna stop ad blockers? Yeah, good luck with that. Anyway. So here we go. Go alone. So we still have the option to choose everyone. So I guess you can still get the true ending. Even if you're on bad terms with everybody. Once you got the enlightenment, you can get everybody together still. But we're gonna go alone. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Well, I was sure. He says, well, I was sure any of those I knew would agree to watch the fireworks with me if I asked. I wouldn't count on that. But just in case, let's go ahead and save here. Let me make sure. Yep. After making some preparations for the day, I set out to experience these fireworks I had heard so much about. When I left my apartment, I realized just how eerily deserted the rest of the place felt. They really weren't kidding when they said everyone would watch the fireworks. I imagine there were a couple of designated places people gathered for this purpose. I had no doubt they were crowded beyond belief. While I waited for the fireworks to start, I looked at the area around me. With no soul in sight, I realized I hadn't actually spent many nights outside and was reminded of the day I had arrived here at my apartment in total darkness, with only Remy by my side. Soon, the total stillness was broken with the sound of the first rocket ascending, its explosion painting a circular pattern in the sky. More rockets followed, their quantity and frequency steadily increasing. As the explosions battered my ears, a terrible realization hit me. Considering how public of an event this was and how everyone would be watching the fireworks, now would be the best time for Raza to make his move. Not only was the village basically deserted, but the sounds of the fireworks would also overshadow any gunshots, giving him as much security as he would ever have. As the portal had been repaired by the administrator, Raza would have no trouble making his getaway, and I was the only one who knew. I ran to my apartment and briefly considered calling the police as I grabbed a few things. However, I soon remembered that they were not only already understaffed, but that I might waste precious time if I tried to do so. I arrived at the portal just a few minutes later. I couldn't help but be glad that it was still turned off and didn't appear to have been used recently, but it meant Raza was still here, somewhere. I looked around, thinking about where he could be or if it was worth waiting for him here, when I saw something out of the corner of my eye. There was a suitcase leaning against the portal. When I opened it to check its contents, I was surprised to find a few eggs inside. I had no doubt that this was Raza's doing. Apparently, he had broken into the hatchery again, stashing the eggs here, but he hadn't used the portal just yet. Why? Given that he hadn't left yet, he clearly still had unfinished business in the area. The underground building, the administrator had told me all about the prowess of the generators within. It probably hadn't been hard for Raza to guess the same, or to try stealing them from a place he knew would be even more deserted than the rest of the village was right now. He also didn't have far to go from the portal. All things considered, it was the only option that made sense to me. I could have waited for Raza here, but in the end, I decided it would be better to meet him underground. If there was going to be a confrontation, I was sure I would have the advantage in a more crowded space. Even in the darkness, it was easy for me to spot the site where they had unearthed the building's entry, as it was in a roped-off area that I had seen from afar before. When I entered the building, I was met by a long, illuminated hallway that was lined with doors on both sides. Since the lights were already on, Raza had to be very close. I wasn't surprised at the building still having electricity, since its generators were also powering the portal. Suddenly, one of the doors opened, and out came Raza, carrying a large cardboard box. When he spotted me, he set it on the ground. "Prince, you're here? You don't even know how glad I am to see you. I've wanted to talk with you for so long. I even tried to contact you, but I couldn't with someone tailing you the whole time. But talking can wait. Now that you're here, we've got everything. Come on, help me with this and let's get out of here." "Sure." I approached Raza. Both of us took a side of the cardboard box and lifted it up. It wasn't heavy enough that he couldn't have carried it on his own, but I was sure he appreciated the help. Slowly, we made our way through the long hallway towards the exit. "We've made it, Prince. We really did. With this, we can save our city, and we can have something for ourselves, too. Can you hold the box for a minute? I want to show you something." "Sure." I watched as Raza adjusted his grip on the box before I let it go. I dug into my pocket as he resumed talking. "All the glory and riches that come from this, they're ours, and we earned it." "Yes, Raza, we did." "What do you think about that?" "I only have one question. Why would I share it with you?" Immediately, his expression changed to one of horror as he let the box fall to the ground and reached for his gun. Having distracted him by letting him hold the box, I already had my finger on the trigger of my own gun, or rather, a copy of Raza's gun. I had acquired it in a previous attempt. I wasn't sure how long ago that was, but I vaguely remember taking it from Raza's corpse after he had tried to kill me one time. While he still fumbled to get a grip on his own weapon, I shot him in the arm and kicked his gun far away after it fell to the ground. He contorted in pain and slouched against the wall behind him. When he realized I was still aiming at him, he threw up his other arm in defeat. "Wait! You were willing to kill to get here, so you shouldn't complain about me doing the same thing. Can't we talk about this?" Do you think this was a spontaneous decision, Raza? You have no idea for how long I've been planning to do this. Why, Prince? You have nothing to gain from killing me. You think so? Think again. We both know that humanity would have had so much more to gain if we actually cooperated with the dragons. Just look at all their technology. You were willing to waste it all, and for what? Just so you and I could profit most from this and be hailed as heroes when at large our world wouldn't change? A token victory over what could have been possible. That's not what this was about. It was the better plan. Better than taking the risk of cooperating with them and waiting for the comet to pass. You always hid behind your idealism, Raza, but it just so happens that it's always you who stands the most to gain in the end. So what? I thought we had an agreement there. We did, but in the end, someone like you just isn't trustworthy. We both know what we did, Raza. If humanity found out, we'd rather forego our trade agreement and just let a potential long-term trade partner be eradicated by the meteorite for our own profit, they surely would not be pleased. I think we both know that it would fall under treason, the only crime heinous enough to our leaders to warrant immediate execution. Shutting off communication with the dragons for a few weeks would have been easy, and after they were gone, they wouldn't present a risk for us to be found out, so the only ones who would know about what we did are you and me. I know you don't shy away from murder, so I was sure that one day you would try to silence me to eliminate the last risk of being found out. Now you're just jealous that I thought of it before you did. I could have gotten rid of you a long time ago if I wanted. I could have ditched you and left you behind, but I trusted you. I didn't even need you in the first place. I did all of this on my own, and now you just came here to take everything for yourself. You don't deserve any of it. You've got a good point, you know, but it won't save you. It doesn't have to. I'd rather die trying to do what is right than sit around, living my life doing nothing and watching our world go down in ashes. And die you will. I pulled the trigger, firing the remaining bullets into him until no more were left. His body sunk like a puppet cut from its strings. He was dead. Damn. Turned him into Swiss cheese. I put away the gun and grabbed the box that contained the generator and a few other things Raza had taken from the lab. Soon I was outside, and after a bit of walking while carrying the heavy box, I arrived at the portal. After activating the controls, I took my place, ready to return to humanity as a hero. Not the time of dragons or man, but the time of Prince had come. Holy shit. I thought the administrator was going to try and stop me there. I guess not. Damn. So I guess we save humanity, we become a hero, but we let the dragons die. I guess Sebastian still ends up getting killed too. There you go, that's the evil ending. So, what's next? Well, we still have the bad endings to get through, so what are the requirements for the bad endings? Well, it's very similar to the getting the characters' good endings. We have to go through all the meetups with all the characters, but the only difference is instead of telling them or giving them what they need to hear or what they need to get, you just don't. You purposely choose not to give it to them or not to tell them what they need to hear, and you get their bad ending. So that's going to be next time. But it's definitely not going to be tonight. I think that's a good place to leave off. You've seen the evil ending. So there you go. Betrayal. Alright, let's go ahead and save one last time here. And I'm going to end the stream off here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on my road to 100%ing this game. Definitely got some interesting new scenes here. You know, I'm glad I'm kind of going through and getting to see them for the first time. Still, even after all the stuff we've been through, there's still more to this game to see. Clearly. Pretty crazy stuff. Alright, well, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you guys next time. Probably stream something tomorrow night. So, that being said, you guys take care. Have a good one.